but we'll just keep the
So is everything that you highlighted, this is the first one we're talking about?
yes,
And then the second one will be Adolf Hitler is the survivor?
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start the recording. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, hangout's going. Hello, everybody. All right, let's start. Start with the music. So mute your mic, please, sir.
Mhm.
Hello. Welcome to Weird World Weekly, a production of Galactic Netcasts. I said weekly funny. Did you hear that, Matt?
Yeah, I couldn't get over the fact of how not scary your intro was, so I was a little disappointed.
Well, I never really know how I'm going to do it before I actually start. It just kind of last minute, oh, well, let's do it this way or let's do it that way.
You should actually, from dead silence, just start up a chainsaw and just start screaming bloody murder.
Well, that's what sound effects are for, my friend.
Well, there you go. Make it happen.
Yeah. Next time, I will for sure do that. All right, welcome everybody to the podcast where we talk about the paranormal, the mythological, the conspiratorial, or anything that fits the weird moniker, the weird, the odd, the strange, the unusual, the unexplained. We talk about it in under 15 minutes. I was about to say in under 15 minutes or less, but that's kind of redundant, right?
Absolutely.
So let's just say it either 15 minutes or less or under 15 minutes.
Or your pizza's free.
Exactly. And or your podcast is free, but it's free either way. So, you know, what the hell?
I see. I was going to say your pizza's free, but you have to provide your own pizza.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get you.
Hey, by the way, before we get into the story, just want to let people know our website is gncasts.com. You can find out all the stuff that not only this podcast does, but all of our other podcasts on the Galactic Netcast Network. And you can also watch our shows on YouTube by going to youtube.com/Galactic Netcasts. I always wait till the end to just spew out everything. I thought I'd just mix it up a little bit, say a few things at the front and say a few things in the back. So gncast.com and then youtube.com/Galactic Netcasts. All right, you ready to, you ready? Thank you. You ready to spin the Weird World Weekly wheel?
Yes, I am fully prepared to whirl it.
Whirl the
wheel.
The wheel of what?
Weird.
Weird.
Yes.
On top of wackiness.
And then I'm changing my name to Wally.
Okay. All right, let's spin it. Here we go. On this wheel, I should explain for the newbies. On this wheel, we have a bunch of stories, and whatever the wheel lands on, that's the story that we talk about. And our choices this time around are terrifying places haunted by ghosts of brutal violence. Adolf Hitler, a World War II survivor, ? A field guide to cryptids from Europe and Africa. Cryptids are like Bigfoot or what else? The Abominable Snowman, things like that. Family flees $1.3 million home over watcher threats. More legendary monsters of North America and creepiest websites on the internet. So, are you ready to spin the wheel?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Round and round it goes. We're us up. Nobody knows. Except for the wheel. The wheel knows. The wheel knows all, Matt.
That's kind of creepy.
I know it is. All right, here we go. What are we going to talk about? Oh, hey, I like this one. Creepiest websites on the internet. So let's wind up the clock. 15 minutes or less, starting right now. Go. All right. Do you want to just kind of go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay, so this is just basically a website I found with a list of creepy places on the internet. And you can find it. Ooh, that's a... Oh, I don't have the web address I got this from. Damn it.
Oh, I was going to say you have the web address for.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it for the show notes. But, okay, here's the... it's a bunch of them. Like this web article has like I want to say 25 or 30. So I just grabbed a few of them, the best ones that I thought were appropriate for the show. So the first one is plane crash recordings. You can find transcripts, and MP3 recordings here, both clearly conveying the terror and panic in those that realize they're moments away from death. Not overly fun to listen to, I'm sure. And you said that you visited this website, right?
No, I did not. I wanted to, but thinking about it kind of weirded me out a little bit.
Just think about it. You are experiencing the last moments of life for these pilots or whoever's in the cockpit or whoever it is making the recording.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like I don't know. Like listening to what you know is what a group of people are saying when they all think they're gonna die, whether they die or not, is morbid and kind of wrong.
No, I'm with you on it. It's like I've never been able to listen to the 9/11 recordings, which supposedly those are on this website as well. Or, another thing to compare it to is like listening to somebody's private conversation. Like, that you're not supposed to, and it's kind of weird and very uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I clicked on the website, and you actually can read what is said before you listen to it, but that's about enough for me.
To kind of prepare you. So just glancing at it for a second, what are some of the words that you saw?
Here's one that says, United 173, Mayday, the engines are flaming out, we're going down.
Okay, that's pretty... It's not too much drama involved there. He's getting straight to the...
Here's one that says, good night, goodbye, we perish.
Oh my God. That sounds like it in somebody else's language, non-English.
Yeah, there was one, where the hell was it? Someone got shot.
Oh my God.
But
okay.
Yeah. Here's one, just says, Ma, I love you.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. See, that one would bother me more than like people saying, "Oh, everything's broken, we're dying."
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. I'm getting the creeps just talking about it. So what's next on this list?
There's a website called Staggering Beauty. It's a simple website featuring a black worm creature that follows your mouse cursor. There's no words, there's no sounds, just a gentle sway with blinking, beady white eyes. As soon as you move your mouse back and forth rapidly, loud music blares, crazy flashing colors in the background. The worm lights up, chaos and nonsense. And then you have the link, and apparently if you have epilepsy, it's not somewhere you should go. Okay. And this is another one that I was like, I kind of wanted to see it, but I didn't really want a ton of loud music going on in my head.
If you didn't know that was the end result, that would be very startling, right? Like if...
Oh, absolutely.
You just go to the website, there's this nice little mouse or worm following your mouse cursor around, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, lights, music, noise, craziness.
There's a lot of reaction videos on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I should put one of those in the show notes of the podcast.
It's not that creepy.
Oh, you're looking at it right now?
Yeah, I'm watching a video right now, and it's like, I mean, it's like a big worm, so it takes up almost the entire browser, and the concept is when you move the mouse, it dances. So by moving it really fast is when ensues the epileptic seizure, and it's like colorful backgrounds, and the worm changes colors, and it plays loud music. But it's not like loud, scary sounds, it's just loud music.
Okay, all right. But still, it would surprise you if you didn't know that was coming.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so the next one is Skyway Bridge Jumpers. This is a website purely dedicated to reporting how many people commit suicide on Skyway Bridge in the west coast of Florida. Currently, it's the 4th most suicide-active bridge in the U.S., and this year alone, There have been 5 confirmed jumps and 16 possible ones. I suppose possible ones because you don't really know because they may fall and either swim away or drown and you don't know it.
Yeah, which I don't know. That's weird. I went to this website. It's not that weird.
Okay.
I mean, it's weird, but there's nothing. It's not too graphic. It's just a lot of pictures and cameras. But the whole like possible thing is kind of strange to me. Like you said, maybe they never found the body,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. But
I think of it kind of along the lines of crime scene photo websites. There's like photos from all the way from the early 20th century to now. You ever seen one of those websites?
yeah, there was a website when I was a kid. I can't remember what it was called, but it was some effect. You could like. I remember my brother looking at the crap. Who was O.J. Simpson married to? Who did he murder?
Nicole Brown.
Yeah, Nicole Brown. It was like pictures of her body and stuff. I just remember there being a ton of blood. That's it.
Ugh. Okay. All right. So enough of that one. What's next?
A time cube. This one sounds really interesting to me. It is a giant wall of text alluding to a conspiracy of some sort, almost indecipherable but comprehensive. Website was created by G. in 1997. It's his own personal model of reality known as the time cube, in which one Earth day is actually 4 days occurring simultaneously.
Okay, my mind just melted down.
Well, basically, what he's saying, he's living in 2 timelines.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
But then again, I don't know. There was a documentary about it known as Above God, in which Gene and the time cube were the focus. He's offered a $10,000 reward to anyone who can prove his theory wrong. I'd
I'd like to see the documentary. Yeah, the website is timecube.com.
Oh yeah, dude, you're no joke. This is just nonstop words, and they're really big.
All right. So, hey, $10,000 up for grabs. Go there, people. Prove them wrong.
But how do you prove him wrong?
That's true.
You know, obviously, you and I are not whatever type of scientist you would have to be able to prove how long time really is. But you can't prove him right, and you can't prove him wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
guessing that if you were like a serious scientist, if you knew your crap, you could probably come up with some pretty believable stats and scientific knowledge that could possibly prove him wrong. But how do you change a guy's mind? You know, that he's got, this is his theory, right?
Especially when this guy is likely batshit crazy.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like, if someone's set in their convictions, it's going to be difficult to change their mind, let alone if they are completely crazy and difficult to reason with.
Yeah. It's very intriguing. I mean, to be living in 2 different realities or 2 different timelines at the same time, or more than one at the same time, that's just weird to think about. It's cool and weird at the same time. Okay, so we got 2 of these left. The next one is Creepypasta. Less of a creepy website and more of a resource for creepy stories. It's a wiki documenting short stories from writers across the internet, the birthplace for such stories as Slender Man, Ben, the Haunted Game cartridge, and so forth. If you plan to read a few, I suggest Candle Cove or The Rake to start with. And by the way, Candle Cove is the basis for the first story of a new horror anthology series that's going to be produced by the Sci-Fi Channel. What's it called again? We were talking about this before the show.
Yeah, Channel Zero, which I'm excited about. As I mentioned to you, I hope they don't screw it up like they did American Horror Story, where they make it so weird that it's hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so last one, Matt.
There's a website called Death Row. It's a website similar to the plane crash transcripts, but instead you get to read the final words of death row inmates right before they're executed. Less creepy, more sad. Gives a insight into what goes through a human being's head right before their life is over. It is continually updated because I looked at a few just to kind of see what people say. A lot of like, hey, I'm glad this is done, and I'm really sorry for what I did. A lot of people just saying I love you to their family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, almost entirely remorse. You didn't see anyone that was like, I didn't care, I'm glad I did it. Stuff like that.
Okay. We've really covered a lot of different topics in just this one story alone. Like, we kind of covered some paranormal stuff, some conspiratorial stuff, and stuff in between. So it was kind of a nice slice of what we do here on Weird World Weekly. Of course, we'll have the link to to this article and other stuff on the show notes of the podcast. So
yeah, this is definitely a potpourri episode, if you will.
A potpourri, grab bag.
I kind of missed that sound.
I wish I had it handy, but I lost it in the great soundboard disaster of 2015.
Maybe if you had the black box audio, you could put it on the plane crash website.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll. It's on my computer someplace, so maybe I'll get it for a future episode. Bring it back old school for the original listeners of Weird World Weekly, because we've been doing this for so long, Matt.
Touche.
All right, so a couple of things before we get out of here. Leave us feedback, galacticnetcasts@gmail.com. You can leave a voicemail at 805-328-3966, or just leave one on the website at galactic or gncasts.com. Also on the website, don't forget you can join the Galactic Collective and join our community. We'd appreciate that. And until next time, Matt, what do you want to do?
Keep it weird, Dave.
All right, and we will talk to you guys next time on another episode of Weird World Weekly. All right, gonna keep the hangout going here. Let me just save this real quick. That was episode number 32. Forgot to mention subscribing to the podcast.
Oh.
No biggie. All right, save project as... I said 32? That's the first number on the Hangout?
Oh, shit. Let me hang on a second here. Sick. On internet, don't fail me now. 32, yes.
Thank you. Weird World Weekly 32. All right, saving. All right. All right. Still going. Okay. Close and close. Nope. Okay. Let me do this next. Run on the dock. Right. My computer is such a piece of shit when I'm doing a hangout. Everything's so slow.
Probably eats a lot of your resources and your bandwidth, so unfortunately.
I need a faster processor.
Yeah, I don't know how old your computer is, but sadly, I feel like if you get a faster processor, you're gonna have to get a whole new computer.
Yeah. Well,
I shouldn't say a whole new computer.
That's not in the cards.
Yeah. If you weren't in Canada, if you were in Canada, and I had a bunch of extra parts, I'd send them to you.
Well, I have two computers. I have an older computer than mine that was it's Stephanie's that I kind of brought back to life. I put the developer's preview of Windows 10 on there. Not the
Oh,
one that not the one that you gifted to me, but another copy of it.
oh,
The one
well,
that you gifted me was a piece of shit.
really? That's the problem with those technical previews is you never really know how shitty
Yeah,
it might be.
yeah, no, you're right.
Are you going to get Windows 10 when it comes out right away?
Hopefully. Well, the computer that I have it on was a Windows Vista computer, so I probably won't be able to keep this copy.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing if people with the tech previews if they get it or not.
Well, they said that it'll something about I don't know. From what I've read, is they're basically going to let if your machine wasn't originally running Windows 7 or Windows 8, then you are going to lose your technical preview.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Stupid, 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 stupid. Why isn't this not responding?
Also, the new Terminator movie is super badass.
Really? Oh, I was going
I,
to
li-
ask.
I liked it a lot.
Too bad it didn't do as well at the box office. Only came in third place.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still liked it. It was at one point difficult to understand because they had to like re-explain the entire timeline, but
Well, they were going back and forth and then changing, right? Changing the timeline.
yeah. So it starts out in the future. So it
Well, tell me.
starts out like oh, I'm going to tell you kind of how it starts
Okay.
without ruining anything. But it starts out in the future, but before the first one. So like 10 minutes into it is when Kyle Reese gets sent back to 1984.
Okay.
And then when he gets to 1984 is the same time that Arnold shows up in the first Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's kind of when the alternate timeline starts because he's going back under the assumption that Sarah Connor doesn't know she's in danger and is a pussy, essentially. And then the shit hits the fan right away, and Sarah Connor shows up, and she's like, "Hey, come with me if you want to live." And then she tries to explain to him about how everything is not what he thought it would be.
Hmm.
Then it starts the alternate timeline.
It's kind of mess with your head a little bit.
Yeah, the guy I went with, he said he was so confused at one point that he stopped trying to figure it out.
You know, a movie reviewer that I was watching, he was talking about the movie, and he said pretty much the same thing. You just kind of have to not try, just go with it. So,
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of why I didn't want to learn too much about it.
shit, hang on. This computer is so bad. So bad. All right. Let me try to ease my way back to the top of the document. Here we go. Oh, it's moving. There it goes. All right. All right. Let's do this thing. Episode 33. Here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we're off. Microphones down. Hey, hey. Welcome to Weird World Weekly. I don't know what that was. A
I don't even
production of
know.
Galactic Netcasts. I'm Dave Nelson. That's Matt Stein. Hey, Matt.
Hi.
Did I
Yep.
did I get us off on on the right vibe for Weird World Weekly?
It was definitely weird. Like without a doubt, it was weird.
Well, that's what I'm aiming for. Because we are Weird World Weekly, the podcast that talks about the paranormal, the mythological, the conspiratorial, or anything else that fits into the weird, the odd, the strange, the unusual, the unexplained. And we deliver one story to you in 15 minutes or less. Do you want to talk about how we pick that story, Matt?
There's a wheel, and
Mhm.
Dave and I arm wrestle to see who gets to spin the weird wheel of wacky weirdness and rename themselves Wally while sitting by the windowsill eating Ramen.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
You sound like Kripke from The Big Bang. I
I,
love that.
I couldn't think of a food. Oh, watermelon. Ah, damn. Could have went with watermelon. Eat watermelon. Shit.
I think you'd be better than I would have done, to tell you the truth. I'm not really good. I'm not really quick on my feet.
It depends. Sometimes I'm better than others.
Well, you were not too bad this time. Watermelon probably would have been better, but still, I like ramen just because of the whole saying.
This is the way I said it. Yeah. Well, could have went better.
Right.
Could have went worse.
All right, here we go. So the wheel this time has the following stories on it. Keep on chipping away at the stories. Terrifying places haunted by the ghosts of brutal violence. Adolf Hitler, excuse me, a World War II survivor, ? A field guide to cryptids from Europe and Africa. Family flees $1.3 million home over watcher threats, and more legendary monsters of North America. We have actually discussed monsters of North America previously, and this will be more legendary monsters from North America. If the wheel actually lands on that one, then we can talk about it. So I spun the wheel last time, Matt. Do you want to give it a go this time?
Yeah, I do.
It's nice, and I put some WD-40. I put a little oil on the gear, so it should be an easy push.
Nice and greased up.
Yeah. So push it there. Push it real good.
Let's push it.
All right. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
The wheel knows.
Who does?
The wheel knows where it's going to stop.
Of course the wheel. The wheel knows all. All right, so we're going to talk about Adolf Hitler, a World War II survivor. Have you ever heard the conspiracy theory that the leader of the Third Reich was actually in South America?
No, I've heard bits and pieces of people saying that, like, he might not have actually died, or he may have not killed himself or whatever, but never that he was in South America.
Yeah, supposedly he is. So, supposedly, according to this story, his death was staged to allow him to escape from Nazi Germany and start a new life on the other side of the world. It's a little-known fact that the FBI, in the post-Second World War era, began to compile what ultimately turned out to be a large dossier of material on claims that Adolf Hitler survived the Second World War and secretly fled to South America. It's a dossier that has now been declassified and which can be accessed at the FBI's website, The Vault. I would like to check out The Vault sometime. That'd be interesting.
Oh, I'm sure it would be very, very interesting to look at. There you go. Thank you.
So this theory suggests that Alan Dulles. You ever heard of Alan Dulles?
No, I have never heard that name before.
Have you heard of Dulles International Airport?
Wait, what? I heard what you said, and yes, I have. I just didn't think that name would. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. That airport is named after him. He was the head of the Office of Strategic Services during and after the world after the world ended. No, after World War II, and he was the director of the CIA from 1953 to 1961. And supposedly, according to this conspiracy theory, he was complicit in a top-secret program to have Hitler secretly shipped out to South America when the Nazis were defeated. So not only is there the theory that Hitler escaped and moved to South America, but there were U.S. officials involved. Now, why would we want to get rid of? Why would we want to fake Hitler's death and move him to South America? I wonder.
That's a great question. I mean, why would you Why would you want to defeat someone so badly yet still keep them around?
Hmm.
At least in the public eye, make it look like you want to defeat them. For all I know, they don't really care.
The only thing I can think of is maybe Hitler had something on us, like he had some kind of information that he used as a bargaining chip to spare his life.
Nudie photos.
Yeah. No, that here's my theory. He knew that Franklin Delano Roosevelt was actually a robot. He was an android from the future who was also an alien.
I guess I'm not surprised that that's something someone came up with. A robot from the future. So he was a Terminator.
Yeah, he was, more or less.
I can get behind that, actually.
Okay. So, according to what the FBI was told by an informer, in 1945, two Nazi-controlled submarines made their stealthy way to the Argentinian coastline, where they covertly deposited high-ranking Nazis or that had escaped from the Allied forces. It must be noted that the Bureau source, who was a former Nazi, offered the information with a promise of more to come in return for safe haven in the U.S. In other words, it may very well have been nothing but a complete lie, one created by the Nazi in question to try to ensure a new life for himself. So this may be total BS, but it may be true. We don't know. The man said he had been personally present when the submarines in question reached the coastline of Argentina. Aboard one of them was Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun, neither displaying any evidence of a bullet wound or effects of cyanide. Of course, that's how they supposedly died. I forget who did what. I think probably Eva Braun did the cyanide, and Hitler did the gun to the head, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
At least that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah. I believe. Okay, here's another theory. I think that Adolf Hitler was actually the Antichrist, and we made a deal with him to spare the world from his wrath, to allow him to escape and live in South America.
What?
I mean, he did pretty evil stuff, right? So it makes sense that he was the Antichrist.
I mean, I guess that's it's pretty far fetched, but I can see your points. But what about other people that did a lot of terrible stuff in history?
That's true.
Are they all just different? Oh, maybe they're just all different. Like they just have different outer bodies. They're all the Antichrist, but they just take on different outer shells.
See, I suggested something, and you took it to a whole new level. And you're living beyond me. You're living 3 steps ahead of me, my friend.
We're on some next level stuff right now, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw another article, not the article that I got this from. I saw another article recently that somebody actually found evidence of Nazis in South America, not necessarily Adolf Hitler, but supposedly there was a compound in a South American jungle somewhere. I don't know if it was Argentina or not, but somewhere in South America that they found they found German money. They found like etched concrete with the Nazi symbol on it, like that basically looks like something that you would see during World War II in Nazi Germany, but in South America. So there is evidence that Nazis were there, and I believe that there were some head Nazis or some of the Nazi party that were actually caught in South America and brought to justice, if my memory serves me.
Or were there just a group of people who took the concepts of Nazism that far, because I mean there are neo Nazis living in the United States.
Yeah,
So what's to say that there aren't some in South America?
I'll have to
You
look it
know,
up.
I, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just
No,
saying there might be a better explanation.
I can see your point completely. No, you're right. All right, so there you go. That's our story about Adolf Hitler possibly survived World War II and lived out his life in South America, which would be a shame. That would suck because he was an evil bastard and deserved to die. So if he didn't die,
I feel like if he was really in South America, he'd either be incredibly old, which if he was still alive, he would be incredibly old,
mhm,
um, or someone would have pointed him out by now.
yeah,
Like, how would no one, just because you're in South America doesn't mean you don't have a history book or you don't see anything. So he would have,
you can get far into the jungle and not be around another human being, or you can surround yourself with people, your own people, and buffer yourself from the outside world if you had enough resources and the means to
that
do.
that is that's a valid statement. And I don't like you for one-upping me on our show.
Okay, does that mean I win? Do
Yeah,
I win?
no, you totally win.
Okay, yay! All right, uh, you probably win next time, Matt.
We'll take turns winning.
Okay, if you want to listen to our next podcast, you can subscribe to the weekly Weird World Weekly podcast by going or just searching us out on the internet. Just go to Google or Bing if you really have to, and type in Galactic Netcasts or Weird World Weekly, and you will find all the proper links to subscribe to us. If you subscribe to us on iTunes, make sure that you give us 5 stars if we're worthy of it, and a favorable review. You can also give us a thumbs up on Stitcher and give us a review there as well. Or we're, pretty much available on any other podcasting platform there is out there. We have actually a subscription page that we'll put in the show notes of the podcast that you go, and all those links will be there for you. We make it easy for you. Leave us feedback.
Actually,
What?
I think if you have to use Bing to find us, we can't be friends.
It's an option for some people. Some people like the Bing. Most people probably don't, but it's an option.
Fair enough.
Okay, feedback, galacticnetcast@gmail.com. You can call our voicemail number, 805-328-3966. Go to gncasts.com and check out our other podcasts and join the Galactic Collective and be part of the community. All right, Matt, that's going to do it for this edition of Weird World Weekly. And until next time, what do you want to do?
Keep it weird, Dave.
I will. And we'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah. Okay. All right, that was episode 33.
Hooray.
All right, this is a lot easier just doing the one hangout.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not entirely sure why you would have ever wanted to do it a different way, but,
Hard way sometimes. Until I figure out an easy way to do it. All right. Okay, that's saving. I'm going to go and take out the story. Bam.
How long was that one? It seemed to go pretty quick.
I'm not sure. I'll tell you in a second. You're going to like one of these creatures in North America. The last one is going to be your favorite, I can guarantee you.
What if it's not?
Well, then I don't know you.
Wow. It's like I don't even know you anymore.
You can look ahead and
Oh, I'm going to. I'm just checking to see how much something costs right now.
Checking what?
I'm looking to see how much the new Mortal Kombat game is because I kind of want to get it, but I don't want to spend $60 on it.
I don't blame you for wanting to save some
So,
money.
yeah. Plus, I still had to finish the order.
Okay. All right. We're good to go.
The Donkey Lady? I hope that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All I did was read the name.
All right. Let's start. Might as well just get this thing over with.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay. It was 15 minutes, actually. Pretty
Oh, it
much
was.
on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I go back and forth. I check it from time to time. So if I see us kind of going short, I add things, I stretch out. Or if it's the other way, if we're going long, then I'll be like, hey, we got to wrap it up. So
That works.
I don't actually say that, but in my head, I make it so we go faster and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I'll
take it.
I was thinking that. All right. Okay, we're recording the audio. So let's turn the mics down and get this third one in the books. Here we go. Greetings. Welcome to Weird World Weekly, a production of Galactic Netcasts. I'm Dave Nelson, and joining me is Matt Stein, all the way from Wisconsin in the US of A. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
How are you?
One of your more ridiculous intros.
Well, that's me. I try to step up our game every episode, because I mean, we're Weird World Weekly, so we have to be weird. We have to set the standard for weirdness.
So you're saying like within a week or two you're gonna have fireworks and there's gonna be dancing?
Yes, but I will not be launching fireworks off my head.
No,
I hear that's pretty.
Probably shouldn't do that.
No, not a good idea.
Just going out of whim saying don't do that.
Yeah. It's too bad that some people don't figure that out and they actually do it and die from it. That's bad. Yeah. All right. So this is the podcast where we talk about most times non-lethal weird things. Sometimes people die, but we're not the cause of it. Paranormal, conspiratorial, mythological, or grab bag, anything else that kind of fits into weird, strange, unusual, unexplained, but doesn't really have a category to it. And we deliver one story to you each episode in 15 minutes or less. And if we don't get it under 15 minutes, then someone dies.
I did not approve that.
We don't cause the death, but someone does die. Yeah. Because, I mean, people are dying all the time anyway. So we'll just, be in conjunction with somebody already dying.
Just lump it into a person real dying.
Yeah. Okay. This is getting really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is, actually.
All right. So let's run down the stories that remain on the wheel. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Sorry. Man, you made me feel weird.
That's my wife all the time.
Yeah, I have. I don't know. The current stories we have on the wheel are terrifying places haunted by the ghosts of brutal violence. Really hoping for that one. Just put that out there. A field guide to cryptids from Europe and Africa. More legendary monsters of North America. And family flees $1.3 million home over watcher threats.
Okay, so all of these stories are on the wheel. We spin the wheel, and wherever the wheel lands on, whatever story it corresponds with, then we talk about that story. That's how it works.
We are forever in the wheel's debt. I love
Yes.
you, wheel.
If you don't love the wheel, then you are cursed to die. This is a death episode, isn't it?
Why? I don't know why it's getting all weird, but okay. Okay.
Hey, it's Weird World Weekly, Matt. You should know this by now.
Yeah, but usually we don't talk about deaths so much.
Let's stop talking about death and
Let's
spin the
move
wheel.
on.
Here we go. Come on, cryptids. Cryptids of Europe and Africa. That's the one I'm rooting for. So, Matt, why don't you reveal what it landed on?
We are gonna do more legendary monsters of North America.
Yay! Well, no, that's not what I wanted, but
No,
that's
it's not what
still
I wanted either, but we'll take it, I guess.
okay. So this is kind of a follow-up to an episode we did a while back of the original Monsters of North America. This is just more legendary monsters of North America, monsters that supposedly roam the fields and the mountains and the prairies of this continent that a lot of us live on. So I picked a few out of a much larger list, and the first one is the Mothman. You ever seen the Mothman Prophecies, the movie?
Yes, I have actually. A lot. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I saw it.
What did you think?
I don't remember hating it. That's about it.
Was it Richard Gere in that one?
Yes, he was.
Okay. So the Mothman is the name given to a creature first seen in West Virginia in November of 1966, a year before I was born. Actually about 3 months from me becoming alive on this world. Several sightings were reported of a flying creature that was 6 or 7 feet tall and had eyes that glowed red in the dark. The press called the creature Mothman after a character on the Batman TV show, which I did not know until I wrote this story. Within a year, over 100 sightings were reported in the area, and even more reports of just the red lights. Witnesses said the creature glided like a bat, but could elevate himself effortlessly. It could not talk, but screamed like an eagle. Wow, that's freaky.
Yeah.
Just screaming, right? Just screaming. That I don't like that.
Like a pterodactyl.
Okay, yeah, that's a good example. So after 1967, the sightings grew less frequently and gradually died off. There are many possible explanations for the sightings, but nothing has been confirmed. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, has a Mothman festival every year, and if you're interested, check that out and report back to us. Tell us how it was, because I'm not going.
That made me giggle.
So if you were out on a dark road, say your car broke down or you ran out of gas, and you're walking to the next gas station, and you see a 6 to 7 foot tall creature with red glowing eyes, what do you do, Matt?
Get the hell out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is a Momo. Sounds pretty nice, right? Cute, a Momo. Kind of like, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like a nickname for like a blankie when you're a kid.
That's what I thought of too. Like, I want my Momo.
It's actually short for Missouri Monster.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Because when you shorten Missouri into the 2-letter shortening for mailing things or whatever, it's MO, so it's Momo. It's a giant ape-like creature that was reportedly seen in the area of around Louisiana, Missouri. So it's not Louisiana, the state. It's the region of Missouri or a town in Missouri called Louisiana. It's very confusing. This has been happening since the 1940s, but sightings in the 1970s brought serious attention to the Momo. On the afternoon of July 11th, 1972, 8-year-old Terry Harrison and his 5-year-old brother Wally were playing in their backyard at the foot of Marzoff Hill on the outskirts of Louisiana. Their older sister Doris was inside the house. Doris heard her brother scream. She looked out the bathroom window and saw a black, hairy, man-like creature standing by a tree. The thing appeared to be 6 or 7 feet tall. What's with the 6 and 7 feet tall creatures? Jesus.
I want to say it's. That's a good question. Like, why is it 6 to 7 feet tall? Because you would think it would just be when people see things, whether it's real or not, they just they picture that it's just much taller than them. So
Yeah.
6 feet tall is pretty tall for a person. So
Yeah, especially like back in the day, right? Like because people used to be shorter. The farther back you go in time, the shorter they were. Because in the year 0, people were like an inch tall. No, that's a lie.
yeah, it's a bit drastic, but
Okay, so continuing the story, the thing appeared. Okay, several local residents had also seen the creature, and footprints were found, which led to a search of the woods by a couple of dozen hunters. Most assumed the creature was a bear, but no bear was found. Other sightings were reported further and further away from the Missouri town of Louisiana. Along the way, the creature was associated with the Bigfoot legend. However, Momo is described as having a peculiar... Say that word for me, Matt.
peculiar.
Peculiarly. A big head, no neck, and a horrible smell that sickens people who encounter it. So not only are you freaked out by this 6 to 7 foot tall monster, but there's a smell that will make you sick as well.
Well, it's just not complete without some sort of wretched stench.
Nope. Yep. I mean, they say bears really smell. When you're around a bear or a bear's in your vicinity, that you will know by the smell. All right. So you ready for the last one? We got 3 of these.
Yeah.
Okay. These are, of course, let me just review again. These are more legendary monsters of North America. So here's the third one. It's called the Donkey Lady. Do you like that?
What do you even say to that? Like that's like the name that you call your mother-in-law when you're upset with her. Be like, you look like a donkey, donkey lady.
Well, once you hear the story, you may change your mind because this is different from the 2 other ones. This is more of a creature that became a creature from unfortunate events. So it's a legend in San Antonio, Texas. And as the story goes, in the 1950s, a woman was badly burned in a house fire. Her features were horribly disfigured, and her fingers and toes burnt off, leaving her hands and feet looking like hooves. 2 of her children were killed in the fire, which drove the woman insane. She was banished from the town for her crazy rantings and went to live under a bridge where she occasionally attacked and terrorized passerbys. The old stone bridge where she lives or haunts is off Applewhite Road in South San Antonio. I would love to hear from our Texas listeners, the people around the San Antonio area, if they've heard of this legend or seen the Donkey Lady.
I'm gonna Google Maps this road.
Okay.
Because I'm curious now.
I wonder if you can get a Google Street View of that. You might be able to access
the Donkey Lady.
Yeah, there she is. Google Maps. Donkey Lady. Evidence.
Looks like it's it's hard to say. I mean, the road's pretty long, so where? Well, I guess it's over this river, is my guess. Just not. I cannot Street View it.
No, that sucks.
Yeah, this upsets me.
Come on, Google.
Yeah, get your shit together, Google.
They're everywhere else. I mean, they have people like with backpacks going through the Mojave Desert, getting street views, and they can't get the street view of a place outside of San Antonio, Texas. Come on.
Yeah, you'd think that they would be able to. You know what? That's what they should do. Oh, it is labeled. It's called the Donkey Lady Bridge.
Well, that was
I'm
easy.
not even kidding.
Wow.
Very peaceful. Unfortunately, no donkey lady. Didn't see
Oh,
any donkey lady. It has a
yes.
f- it has a 4 out of 5 on Google.
Nice. All right. So you can check into the Donkey Lady Bridge if you have the ability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird that you can do that. People are writing reviews about it.
All right.
Oh, there's creepypasta. I just wanted to see pictures of the Donkey Lady Bridge. Apparently I'm not gonna. Oh, YouTube has a video of the Donkey Lady Bridge.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe we'll put that in the show notes. Hey, do me a favor. Grab the link and put it into the doc, and we'll put that in the show notes as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have a question before we get out of here. What's of these three creatures? What is the one that you would not want to encounter on a dark night on a road after you ran out of gas in the car?
Man, that's a good one. Probably the Momo, because I would have such a hard time taking it seriously that it would probably kill me because I'd be too busy laughing at it.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Mothman just because moth man, a man that's a moth with red eyes. That's too freaky to comprehend. I can't wrap my head around that one. So that's the one that I'm gonna be most scared of. Alrighty. That is it. Don't forget you can subscribe to this podcast by hitting up the subscription page at gncasts.com or just Google Weird World Weekly. You'll find all the proper pages that correspond with that. You can check out the rest of our shows or the rest of our podcasts, including the Alien Invasion, the Sci-Fi Geeks Club that you're also on with me, and Adventure Party. You can find out more information on those at our website, gncasts.com. Please leave us some feedback by emailing galacticnetcasts@gmail.com. You can call our voicemail number at 805-328-3966. Become a member of the Galactic Collective at gncasts.com. And finally, if you do subscribe, please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, a favorable review, and thumbs up at Stitcher, and also a review there, because the more reviews we get, the more listeners, and the better we make shows, because we like to we thrive on positive reinforcement, right?
Absolutely. I love being told that I'm good at things.
Yes. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. And Matt, until we meet again, what do you want to do?
Keep it weird, Dave.
All right. I will. And we will talk to you next time on Weird World Weekly.
Wow.
All right. I will stop the broadcast. Thanks, everybody, for watching on YouTube. Here we go.